everybody. Welcome back to POV with Hailey and Brie.
It's another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday.
It's just Hailey and I.
It's always just us.
Well, not always. You never know if they're getting a special guest. Not this week.
Not this week. You're stuck with us.
Congratulations.
So please
it's a
don't.
Treat.
Don't turn it off. Please don't.
Please, we know that you wanted
Please keep watching.
Selena Gomez. We're trying to make it work.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It's been
Trying
rough.
to get her on.
She's going through a rough time, I've heard.
Yeah.
She reconciled with Hailey Bieber, I've heard also.
I've heard that too.
Can't have them on. They've already reconciled.
Dang it, we missed our shot. Well, maybe they'll get in a fight again. It's okay.
Yeah, probably. Hailey, how are you doing today?
How am I doing today?
Should we do a Natalie Cook scale?
Addition?
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah. On a scale of, let's see. We're not going to do a super bad scale because we're going to assume we're doing okay. So on a scale of waking up at 1 a.m. and stepping on Legos.
Oh my God, that's that's bad. I mean, it's not as bad as like what Natalie said, but.
I don't even remember what Natalie said. Sorry, Natalie.
Natalie was talking about like walking through India and stepping in doo-doo.
No, we're going to do the Lego scale. To, a handsome stranger walks up to you and gives you a rose.
Wow.
What are you?
That's nice. Man, on that scale, I'm probably at, you walk into the house and someone has made fresh cookies. That's
a good.
That's like a solid. That's like a solid like 9.
Yeah. We're going up. Okay.
Wow. Watch out. Next week it's right back down.
She's a 1.
Oh no.
I am a solid. And these are always hard for me. I don't know why I do this scale. I am a solid. You go to Target, and the only anagrammed mug they have is yours, is your initial.
Hey, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's always good.
And you buy it because it's on sale, too.
Oh, wow.
Not only is it $4, it has your initial on it.
I feel like that's a true story.
It's not.
You
wish.
lied?
I wish.
You convinced me.
Oh, yeah.
I think
This is my only anagrammed mug, and it stays in the studio.
One of my biggest pet peeves as a kid was like when you used to go to like places and try to find your name on things.
Yeah.
My name was never spelled right.
Wow.
Did that happen to you,
No.
or was that just me?
That's just you. Sometimes they would have only one N instead of 2, and I would be like, these people.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Anyways.
I guess it's just my fault. Well, thanks for your scale. But I've got a question of the week for you.
I'm excited.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Okay. If you could pick anybody to play you in a movie about your life, who would it be and why?
Ooh. I was going to say Amy Adams, but I feel like I always say Amy Adams because she has red hair.
I could see it. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So I kind of want to pick someone a little bit cooler because she's not my age, too. So
I feel like, most TV shows, they got people playing that are like
Amy
24,
Adams is
26.
like 45.
I know, but they got people like that are
She
24,
looks
26
great.
playing like
She could play me.
16-year-olds.
She could play me. Either her or do you have somebody? I'm trying to think of who my alternate would be.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just go with Amy Adams.
Okay.
Or she's a lot older, but the girl that plays Ariel, she seems like Jodie Benson. She seems like a really cool person. I also really love Ariel.
Huh. Okay.
But like she'll play me when I'm like older.
Oh, okay.
And this isn't going to be a youth story.
Oh, okay.
The majority of my cool life happens when I'm 40, I'm imagining.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's what they're going to be recreating in the
Got
movie.
it. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Blake Lively, she's a great actress.
Oh, 100%.
I know we look nothing alike, but I
She has
feel
blonde
like
hair.
I'd want her to
She's
be
great.
me.
Taylor Swift. She's not the greatest actor, but she kind of looks like you.
You said I look like Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Doesn't Hailey look like Taylor Swift?
Everybody who's watching this is shaking their heads. I know my mom is. She's like cracking up. No, I don't. One time I don't know what her last name is, but it starts with a P, but I was told I look like this one girl. Her name's like Hayden P. I don't know. She's a celebrity.
Hayden Christensen?
No, it was like
Oh,
Pantene or
yeah,
something
the girl from Princess on Ice, and the girl from
She was in one of the
Bring
Bring
It
It
On.
On movies.
Yeah, I know
too.
exactly. Hayden Pratt.
Something like that. Yeah.
Hayden Patelio.
Look it up. It's like the Bring It On one.
Princess on Ice.
I don't know what Bring It On one it is, but
she's gorgeous. Yeah, I support that.
I don't think I look like
It's
her.
on the tip of my tongue, her last name.
I was told I looked like
yeah.
her.
I could see it 100%.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That really brightens my day.
Yeah. Hailey, I'm so glad you're my friend.
Oh, man.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Because today we're talking about friendships.
Ooh.
This
Let
is
me
one
get
of
a
our...
drink.
Whoa, what's in the mug, Hailey?
It's water.
It spills out.
You silly gooses.
So community's on one of our 6 topics of, measuring your well-being in your 20s. And I think that it can be a very hard thing to manage because, I mean, we've talked about, relationships not working out, but also friendships don't work out sometimes, or sometimes they fall apart. I don't know, random stuff can happen. So we're going to talk about all things friendship, which I'm very excited, which should be very easy for us because...
Yeah, I feel like we're very social people.
Yeah.
I consider myself an extrovert. Do you consider yourself an extrovert? So
let's jump into this real quick. I know we weren't going to get into like personality tests, and we'll dive deeper into this like later.
Okay.
But you and I are both Enneagram 2s. I don't know if
Natalie Cook has diagnosed me as a Enneagram 2.
You also said you took the test. And
I took the test
2.
years ago, and I think I'm a 2.
Yeah.
Natalie Cook has never steered me wrong, so I'm going to say she's correct.
Natalie Cook also cheats the rules when it comes to personality tests sometimes.
That's why I love Natalie Cook.
We all love. She's an 8, so.
Like I said, there's never been anything Natalie Cook's done to steer me wrong.
Anyways, if you don't know, guys, it's the train.
Oh my gosh, that was so early.
That was so early. Guys, we are starting a new segment called The Train Stop.
Beep, beep.
Hoot, hoot.
Oh,
Hoot, hoot.
Oh,
it came by twice.
Hoot, hoot.
So, every time the train comes by, because it happens multiple
At least
times,
once or twice per episode.
we are going to answer a fan question from the Q&A.
So, if you're not sending in questions to the Q&A,
You can do it on our Spotify. You can do it on our YouTube comments.
you could send us questions
You can
through our
DM us.
Instagram DMs.
Yeah, so we're going to shout the people out that asked the question.
Oh, there we go.
So, question of the day.
Shout out.
We're getting deep. We'll get back to community. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're at the train stop, okay? Question of the day comes from Ashley Lang. I don't know who this girl is, but
I don't know.
she's
That's
written
an
so
interesting
many
name.
questions. Who has been who has had a huge impact on your guys' life? So who in your life has had a big impact?
Ooh, juicy. I don't know. I feel like there's so many people. I
Yeah.
can't just.
I was
narrow
going
it
to
down
say,
to
like,
one.
obviously my dad and my mom, right? They
Yeah.
had a huge impact.
Your parents are the core.
Yeah. So, but I feel like that's like a easy answer. So I'm gonna go with someone a little bit out of the ordinary. Well,
Okay.
not out of the ordinary. Just I feel like not who people would expect me to say. Well, now I'm hyping her down. Jeez. No, but I think one of the and this goes along with our like topic today is my friend Aubrey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's listening to this, but
She's got a special shout out.
you got a special
I
shout
hope
out.
she's listening.
Yeah. She said she does. So
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Well, we'll figure out if she's a liar or not.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
It's really okay if you don't
Sorry,
listen.
Audrey.
I don't blame you. No, but Aubrey, I met
Aubrey.
her in,
Sorry.
get it right.
Sorry, didn't mean to disrespect you. Go on, sorry.
I met Aubrey in college at EPU. We were roommates for, we roomed 3 times together. As in her wedding, we just like clicked. But she is probably one of the most passionate, loving, supportive people that I know. She loves people really well. She's a teacher right now, and she loves her students like crazy. And I don't know, that's just like an inspiration to me. And her friendship to me has meant a lot just because of how well she knows me. She's like one of those people where she can look at your face and know if something is like wrong.
Wow.
Which is like a
true gift.
It really is. So she is just like extremely empathetic and has always been there for me.
Yeah.
So I think she's had a big impact in how I treat other people and like value friendship because of how she values me and I value her.
Yeah.
So it's just a really special like coming, and we'll talk about this too, but like coming out of high school, not having like you know, someone like her, you know.
Yeah.
So she's just been like a really like huge blessing in my life, and that has like impacted how I view friendship and how I view Christ-centered community.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good. I feel like I have like way too many people to say.
There's a lot. It was hard to choose.
Yeah.
But she was on my mind today.
So if I don't say your name, please don't be upset. I love all my friends. But I think probably within the past like 2 years, I would say, if we're saying like most recent, I would say probably Danae. Danae Jager has probably been a huge impact in my life. If you do not know Jennie Jager, then you need to call her, text her, ask her out for coffee.
Go watch episode 4.
Or go watch episode 4, yeah. You'll know a little bit more about her. But she is honestly the most down-to-earth human being I've ever met.
Yeah,
like,
pretty cool.
You have, like, I know that you may think that you have probably the sweetest person in your life, but, like, Danae is literally the sweetest, kind-hearted human being that God has ever laid hands on. And everything she does is with a servant's heart, and you can like truly tell that she like cares and loves and has so much joy in everything she does. And just she's such an upbeat human being, especially for somebody like me who can get in these like negative headspaces, but she just is just so kind. And you need somebody like Danae in your life, I think. She is constantly there to boost you up and there to lend a listening ear. And she's just a very well-rounded Christian woman. She's great.
She's pretty cool.
She's pretty great.
Do you think she's crying now?
I don't know if she's crying. I don't know. Maybe one tear.
Just kidding.
One
That wasn't the
tear,
goal.
dramatic.
That wasn't the goal. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
she probably turned it off. I'm just kidding.
Oh, she's like too embarrassed.
She's like, yeah, I don't even know why she's calling me a friend. And then she turns it off.
Like, I don't even know this girl. What's her name? Just kidding.
Oh,
no, I'm
so
kidding.
good, so
I'm
good.
kidding. That was a good first train stop.
Train stop.
We are now going to leave the train stop.
Goodbye, train stop.
And
We have
go-
boarded. We have gotten off the train.
What happens if the train comes back again this episode? We're going to do it again?
No.
Oh, okay. Awkward. Just kidding. All right. So now we're going to, going
Dive
off
back in.
that was kind of a good segue.
Put on your life jackets. We're diving back in.
We're diving into the deep waters.
Putting in our life jackets.
Yeah.
Getting in the water.
Yeah. The first thing I want to talk about,
Yes.
I feel like there's a huge transition between high school to now. Obviously. High school is 7 years ago for me. 6 for you?
What year did you graduate?
2016. What? When did you
graduated in
graduate?
2016. I graduated in 2018.
Oh my.
So I graduated 5 years ago.
You were young for your age then when you graduated.
I was 18.
You were old. Okay.
Right?
Wow. I
No,
feel
yeah, it
old
was
sometimes.
5. It was 5 years because I was 1 year out of high school when I decided to volunteer. And my girls are graduating this year.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Anyways, so how do you think your friend group has evolved or changed within the last 4 years? Or maybe, high school, college to now. Like what?
Yeah.
What's been the transitionary?
I think I honestly, so I grew up with a core group of friends.
Okay.
They're like family to me. Some of them are cousins, siblings.
Yeah.
We've got, I'll give them free promo here. It's Maddie, Mo, Jackie, Jesse, Allie, myself, and my sister Ashley. And so the 7 of us, we go camping all the time together. Some of them are cousins, siblings. Me and Ashley are the only ones that aren't blood related, but their family says that we are a part of their family.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we happily are welcomed in. But we just like grew up in the same city, and as we were in high school, we hung out a lot, and then after high school, we just like stayed a core group. So I feel like really that's the only close-knit group of friends that I've had like all the people I used to talk to in high school, I really don't.
Yeah.
And then obviously as I've gotten older, I've made some new friends, like you, after high school, like going into college.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I made some new friends, like you, my friend Caitlin, and then everybody from high school ministry, like
Yeah.
Jean and Danae and Jessica and Greg and just everybody else around. So
Was it interesting? Because Jessica was your high school leader.
yeah,
Your high
she
school
was.
group. Was it interesting, like becoming, like going from a relationship of like, she's kind of like a leader or like someone, I mean, obviously you still look up to her now, but
Yeah.
like now you're more friends with her.
Yeah.
So is that, how, like, what was that transition like?
It wasn't really a hard transition. It just kind of was
Natural?
one of those things. Yeah, well, I feel like everyone in my small group kind of moved away. Or they moved away to college.
Sure.
And so some of them are married now, have kids, and so we're on a completely different track of life. But I stayed here.
Yeah.
And then I volunteered at high school ministry for a church, and it went from like Jessica being a leader to now me also being a leader, like an equal in a way. So that was very interesting, not in a bad way, but I saw her a lot more consistently, which was cool. So yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was.
And you guys were hanging out all the time because you were doing high school, so that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you just become friends with those people
Yeah.
close, like in close, location and area to you.
Yeah. And she got married when I was one of her students, and now she has Gwen, her daughter, and a baby boy on the way very soon, actually. So it's crazy to like see how we've like grown together.
Yeah.
And like how when we first met 6-7 years ago to like how our relationship has evolved today. So it's crazy to see her walking in this new chapter of her life as like a mom and a wife.
Yeah.
And so it's super cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Do you regret any, also I don't have socks on today, so that's awkward. Do you regret like falling away from any like high school relationships?
I don't think so. I know, sorry guys.
That's awkward. Just kidding.
No, I don't think so. I think what I learned from like high school till now is that a lot of some of the relationships I had that drifted away made me very sad, but like looking back on it now, I think it was for a reason.
Sure.
And so like I know I talked to you a little bit about this before, but I think it was my mom that told me this. It was like when you get to your 20s, that's when you realize who your true friends are. And so like I said, I'm a very extroverted person, and so I constantly feel like I want to be friends with everybody. And when like somebody doesn't want to be my friend or the relationship dwindles away, that hits very hard for me because it's like, well, I feel like I'm disappointing this person or there's something I'm not doing. So it's been very interesting to like learn. My mom's calling me. Stop, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Tris.
Hi, Mom. And so it's been very interesting to like sit back and learn and just watch and have to like come to the realization that like, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that everybody is in your life for a reason and for a periodic amount of time.
Right.
So whether that be years, whether it be months, whether it be weeks, it's just comes in waves. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
How about you?
I relate to that, like what you said about the guilt of like, or maybe not, I don't know if you said guilt, but it was just like feeling responsible for a relationship fading away. I didn't have a lot of close, like, friends in high school, like specifically in school, but I did have like one best friend that I was always close to, and we would try to get every class together. I would do like sports with her. She lived in the neighborhood across from me, so we would hang out a lot. Like whenever I went out, I would do things with her. And when we went to college, that kind of drifted away. One, because we're both terrible at like communication, And two, I think we both like found our communities like I'm not actually close with her at all anymore, which is so sad, but we'll text like once a year, like I think we'll text each other like happy birthday, because we have birthdays like 3 days apart.
Oh, how fun.
So like we'll catch up like every now and then, but it's just interesting how like we were close in high school, and then like college came and life got busy, and we just kind of like fell out of communication. And I always feel guilty, like I wish that I had maintained that relationship, but then I also look back and I think like she was in my life for a season and for a reason, and now the people that are in my life now, I feel like that's, who God has, placed in my life for a reason.
Yeah.
But I do think like, whenever I think about her, like she comes on my mind, I'm like, ooh, is that God telling me like, hey, reach out, see how she's doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do feel like guilt sometimes for like not maintaining those high school relationships.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Hard. Do you think that being in different life stages as your friends, like growing up, affects relationships?
So my friends, my like close friends growing up were my cousins. Shout out to Allie, Jules, and Sydney, and Rachel. But Rachel's on my dad's side, and my dad's side lived in Southern California.
Okay.
So I didn't really see her or talk to her very much until college, and college is when we got really close.
Oh, okay.
But growing up, I was really close with like Allie, Jules, and Sydney. And Sydney is, she is like 5 years younger than me. Allie's 9 months older than me, and Jules is like 2 years or like a year and 9 months younger than me. So we're not super far apart in age, but we're also not at the same life stage. Allie just had a baby girl. Jules just graduated high school, and Sydney is almost done with, she just finished her first year of college. And I do feel like now that we're farther away, there is like some like strain on the relationship to like keep it, to keep that relationship.
Yeah.
But I feel like every time I go back, it's like we pick up like right where we left off.
Oh, that's
like
good.
There wasn't. So I feel, and I don't know if that's because we're family and there's just like not an obligation, but just like oh yeah, she's going to be my lifelong friend,
Yeah.
I don't know. But, and even thinking about like Jean and Danae, who I'm close with. Well, hopefully I'm close with them. I consider them close friends. Jean and Danae, you can tell me later that you don't like me. It's fine. But they're in a very different life stage than us too. So I think there's a reason why you and I are, like, I'm closer with you than I am closer with Jean and Danae. Like, sorry, Jean and Danae.
Yeah.
But I think just because we spend a lot of time, we both have the time to spend with each other.
Yeah.
We're both in similar life stages. I think the life stages helps, but I don't think it's like a necessary part of a relationship.
Okay.
Like, I think you need a mix because.
So you don't think that you need to be in the same
No.
life stage as a person in order to be friends with them?
No, I'm best friends with my roommate Monica, who is older than me. I'm not gonna say how old because she'll slap me, but she's young.
Yeah.
That sounded so bad. I'm like backtracking.
She is young.
She is young.
Yeah.
But she is older than me, and I feel like that relationship works really well because we can have fun together. I get some cool advice from Monica, and even like Jean and Danae. Jean gives great financial advice and like other advice too. Danae gives great advice. So I really think it's important that you need that mix. You need younger people in your life because you need that experience of pouring into somebody else who needs the wisdom from you. You need the people older than you. And I really think that's like where the church should come in. And like we were kind of talking about this with Viken a little bit about how like the church should be there like to, surround people and like cultivate or accumulate like everyone's life experience and like share that.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what a community like should be. We read sorry, I'm going off. We read the Jennie Allen book, Find My People.
Yes.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And it kind of talks about how it takes a village to raise somebody, but also just to live. Like,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about that too. Like, yeah, like it's not fun being called out, but I want to be called out or called up in love.
Yeah.
Not like called out like, hey, you suck, you need to work on this, but
Yeah.
like, hey, I saw this, like, I love you, so I want to let you know, blah, 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 you
Yeah.
know? And I think that's what the role of community should be.
Yeah.
So,
I think
I
that's
don't know,
true.
that was like a random rant.
No,
but
that's good. I agree. I think that you should have people that are entering in from all walks of life. It's very interesting to I know people who don't mind it, that don't mind being friends
alone?
with
Oh.
people who are like not on the same chapter of life as
Sure.
them. And I know people who like only want to be friends with people who are on the same chapter of life as them.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't get it either. But if it floats their boat,
If it floats your boat, sure, but like,
it's very interesting.
then you're only getting one perspective, you know? I think that is so important.
Yeah.
Like, not to stay, I mean, you talked about like staying in a box, but like, it's not a bubble. Like, you're not in a bubble of like,
yeah,
like, I only talk to like these people, or like, I think it's important to have.
It's super interesting, but
Funny, interesting.
That's life.
That's life.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
Do you think there's been any like, you know, toxic friendships that you've had to work through, or like, what do you think the role of, or I guess, what am I trying to ask? How do you deal with toxic relationships, toxic people in your life?
So good.
Because I don't think you want to just like, I mean, you do want to kick them out, but also like, how do we love toxic people?
Yeah, that is very hard. I think probably within the past 2 years that has been like very evident in my life.
Sure.
And my friendships. And it's very hard to watch people who you truly love and care for go from this person that you used to know to who they are now.
Sure.
And I can honestly say, as much frustration and anger and like just like sadness that I felt over certain friendships, either being lost or just feeling like they don't care anymore. As much as I've been like, I literally want to just like call these people and be like, you know what, like, you suck. Like, sorry to put it like plainly, but like, it sucks when people are rude to you.
It sucks when people suck
and they don't care.
Yeah.
And as much as a people pleaser person I don't tolerate people walking all over me and bulldozing me. Exactly. But it also is like certain friendships also, I don't like other people treating my friends and family like crap.
Yeah.
And so that has just been like very heavy on my heart within the past like year.
Sure.
But I can honestly say the only thing that has really helped is like talking to people I trust, like you or Danae or my mom or my sister, and really just like praying about it.
Yeah.
Because like we really aren't supposed to be bitter, and we're supposed to show love to everyone, even though like in the moment you're like, I do not want to show love to this person or even talk about loving this person. But I honestly think that has really been the only thing to really help me get through the motions of what's been going on in my life recently in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's all about like growth. I think that takes a lot of maturity.
Yep.
Because as much as I want to snap back at people and just be like, you know what, you're treating people like trash and it's rude and it's disrespectful. And I never want to talk to you again. That's like my defense mechanism. I'm not really a first, second, three chance type of person. I'm like, if you burn your bridge with me once, you're out of my life, which is not the Best quality. So, I mean, if you asked me a couple years ago, I'd be like, that's the best quality I have.
Oh man.
Just kidding. But just trying to extend God's grace.
Yeah,
is
that's what I was
something
gonna
I've
ask.
been focusing on recently.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my next thing, because I feel like, this is so funny, and we can talk about this next.
Yeah.
But I feel like you and I are very much opposite. I don't want to say opposites, but like we complement each other well, because
Yes.
we have opposite. I don't know how to word this. We have opposite out. I don't know how to do it. Like, you'll be an Eeyore and I'll be a Tigger, and then we'll switch.
Almost like yin yang type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when one of us
We
is
feed off
one
of
thing,
each
we
other.
feed off each other.
Yes.
So like, I feel like I don't always stand up for myself, because I'm just like, well, grace is here, and like, grace is what should be shown to people. And sometimes I'll switch. Like, there's people where I'm like, I don't want to show grace to. Like, you treated me like dirt. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to extend grace. And I think you're good at, like, that's a valid emotion, but hey, like, God's grace, you know?
Yeah.
And I think same me with you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to listen. I'm here for you to vent, and you can vent as much as I want. But I think at the end of the day, we both challenge each other when it's hard to be like, hey, like, where does the grace come in? Like,
Yeah.
yes, stand up for yourself, but also grace. And then you do the same for me when it's flipped, and I'm like, oh, but like, I gotta love on this person, like, just forgive them, like, it's fine. You're also like, okay, but also, like, there's grace and there's forgiveness, but there's also like trust that, you know, is broken, and you don't want to like let people walk all over you.
I think there's a big difference between completely like losing your lid and respectfully going to somebody.
Yes.
And that's a line that I have
Yeah.
learned in my life. 'Cause I go from 0 to 100 very fast.
You do.
Like, road rage.
I love it, though.
You look up road rage in the dictionary and it's a picture of me. Like, I just like, so it takes me a lot to have patience. And so like I said earlier, as much as there's times that I want to flip out on people and literally be like, are you kidding me? Like, God made you? Like, are you serious? Like, what are you talking about?
Come on, God.
What are you talking? Yeah. Like, there's a way to, you know, be respectful and be like, hey, listen, like, I feel like
You do that really well, though, I will say, because, well, I remember one time when you texted me and you were like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And I was like, whoa, like, she's 100% right. Like, and she did it and you did it in well, respectful sounds so cheesy, but you did it in a way where you were like, I'm standing up for us because I care about our friendship, and I feel like that's not being valued right now. I don't know if you remember what situation I'm talking about.
I'm not a very big feeling person, and so like I've had to work through that with not only Brie but also like everybody. I like to keep everything bottled up, and I'm like a volcano. Every 2 to 3 months, where all of a sudden I just let all hellfire rain.
Yeah.
And so one thing that Brie has really helped me work on is like how to like respectfully make my feelings and emotions like
Heard.
to people. So
Because I love hearing your emotions.
oh,
Like, when we have deep conversations and you cry, like, that doesn't happen very often. I think it's
I hate
happened
crying.
maybe twice, maybe once, but I feel so like loved by that because I feel trusted.
I'm glad you like
that
my
trust
tears.
me.
I'll just bottle them up and give them to you for Christmas.
Oh, just have a crying session? That's fine. I think I cry to you all the time, so.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm just not an emotional human being.
Yeah.
That's just
But you
not
also
how
said
I
you
was
don't
raised.
like crying.
Oh, I hate crying. Yeah.
I love crying.
I
Well, I don't
think-
love it, but
that, yeah, like in my house, like I love my family to pieces. Don't get me wrong, but in my house, like I feel like we just don't show emotion.
Yeah.
I feel like the most emotional human being in my house is my sister, but that's only because she's very sassy.
yeah.
I can be emotional at times, but like I hate crying. I mean, I don't care if other people cry. Like, I don't consider that a sign of weakness to them.
Okay.
To me, I consider that a sign of weakness, which is so weird.
I wonder why, because
I don't
like,
know, I'll go to
how
therapy,
can
figure it
you
out.
look at, okay, yeah. But it's interesting how you can see me and like accept my tears and like, you know, not see me as weak. But then you look, I think it's just like, we're so much harsher on ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's why you need community to bring it out of you.
Ah, community.
But I do wonder like how much like our upbringing has on emotions and friendships and how you express your emotions in friendships.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my family, we weren't overly emotional, but my mom would cry in movies. Love you, Mom. But I feel like emotions were just something that was like, this is just a part of like, you know,
Yeah.
being a human. Like,
Yeah. It's not anything
we're
to be
emotional beings.
afraid of or
Right.
to like not
Are
look
you afraid
at.
of emotions?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean,
you've
it's
admitted
it's
it.
not something for other people to be afraid of. I don't know. Emotions aren't bad. It's just very interesting.
Yeah.
But,
We love emotional Hailey. Someday we'll get you crying on the podcast.
oh, never.
Hailey, what would you have liked to have heard as a 18-year-old about, like, what advice would you have given your 18-year-old self about, like, dealing with people and dealing with relationships?
That's really good. One thing that I've learned recently that I try to live by now is that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose it. I always do this.
I know.
It's like, what is it? It's a saying, but it's like, oh, I know what it is. I think it's just for me, like, trying to, like, please everybody, but it's like sometimes you can't please everyone.
Yeah, so don't be a people pleaser.
Kind of like that. I'm like losing my train of thought. It's going downhill.
We need another train stop.
Another train stop. I'm trying to think. It's like I have it in my head, but I like can't put the words out.
That makes sense. Like,
yeah. Why don't you go? Maybe
Okay.
it'll come to me.
yeah, I don't know either. Just kidding. What advice would I give an 18-year-old Brie? I think something similar. Oh, I know what. I think one of my strengths is also one of my weaknesses. I feel like sometimes I can be overly empathetic. I remember in college having a roommate who was going through a really hard time and kind of taking on all her burdens. Not like physically, but like all her emotional burdens. I was like, let me be here for you. Let me like sit in this hurt with you. Mm-hmm. But I think I struggle with like separating myself with like, this is their hurt and that sounds bad, but this is their hurt and I don't need to wrestle with it in the same way that they are. Mm-hmm. But I can be there. This sounds really weird, but like I can be there for them, but like kind of having that separation of like, it's not my responsibility to fix everybody's problems.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility, you know, as like a sister in Christ to like be there for them and like support them and be there for them if they want to talk or like be a listener, be a good friend, but it's not my responsibility to fix people's problems or fix people.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, as a 2, I'm a helper and I just want to like be needed and be useful to people sometimes, but I also think like that's not always the healthiest thing. So just, I think my advice would be like if I were to put it in one sentence, it would be like, you don't need to be somebody's everything in order for you. I don't know how to handle this. That means we've gone on too long. You don't need to be somebody's everything in order to be important to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing came back to me.
Okay.
Okay, so the way, obviously, relationship, friendship, any type of relationship is a two-way street.
Yeah.
And what I've learned with as being a people pleaser is that if you are not receiving the same amount of energy that you are giving to a relationship, it's okay to reflect on that relationship and figure out if that's not healthy for you. I think that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
It was because I just constantly feel like I have to be helping people.
Sure.
And if someone's giving me 30% and I'm giving 70%,
Yeah.
I feel like it's my job to help balance it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay that I'm only giving 70%.
Yeah.
I need to give more.
Yeah.
Or like keep it consistent. So, but that's one thing that I don't know, that I've learned that's been very heavy on my heart is that if you're not giving the same amount of effort both ways, and if you're having a conversation with people and not like the point is not getting across, then maybe that friendship or relationship is not for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to suffer mentally, physically, emotionally for a person that doesn't care to give you the time of day. And it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
It's
and
a
as
hard
twos,
realization.
that's really hard.
It's because you don't want to lose people. I don't know anybody ever that I've ever met that wants to lose people, especially friendships. But it's a hard realization of being an adult is that sometimes it's just, it's not worth it, which is terrible, but
hard, but
it's hard.
It's reality.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some,
I finally
some
remembered
good, deep
so.
advice, man. Hopefully, it'll be interesting for our kids to watch back on this if we ever have kids and be like,
I know, so
what
wild.
were Hailey and Brie going through? Shout out to future children. It is nearing the time. We're not going to do another train stop because it's almost the end of the episode.
We only do one train stop per episode.
Train guy's going so fast.
I know, he's busy.
Hailey, it's POV time.
Okay.
Do you have your POV? Also, we need to remember what POV number is this?
Oh man, I think we should have started from one after.
I know. Let's start. We're gonna start at because my last one I think was like 31. So let's both start at 32.
Okay. Do you want to go or?
Sure, I'll go. Bree's POV number 32 is that Southwest is better than United. Hailey, I went on a flight last weekend on United, which United is more expensive and supposedly a nicer like airplane, right? That like Southwest is supposed to be one of the like budget airlines, right?
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you about my experience. This is partly my fault, so I do take some responsibility, but also no, I blame half of United. I guess we're not getting a sponsorship. Although if they want to sponsor us, whatever. Okay. I get to the LAX airport at 2:00. Granted, I don't really get to the airport. I get to the parking structure.
Okay.
Okay. They say that the shuttle comes every 15 minutes. I was like, I'm going to be fine. The airport is like 3 minutes away. I'm going to be there. No. Stupid shuttle took 30 minutes to get there. I'm on a shuttle. Everybody's like, when's your flight? And I'm like, 3:15. It's like 2:35. Okay. We get to the airport at 2:40. I go and I scan my thing because I got the cheapest ticket on United. They don't give you your boarding pass until you get there.
Yes.
Didn't know that because Southwest, you just get it on your phone automatically.
Oh, okay.
I get there, scan my thing. They're like, it is too late to obtain a boarding pass. I still have 20 minutes before boarding ends, and there's no line at security. I'm like, this is going to be fine, which is wild for LAX not having security. I go to the customer service. Customer service takes like 20 minutes. They're like, yeah, we have to rebook you. And I'm like, I have 20 minutes. Let me go to my gate. And they're like, we can't let you. And I'm like,
maybe Southwest has different rules.
They do have different rules. And that's why I'm saying Southwest is better than United. Sorry, I said stupid. But it's stupid.
I felt that personally.
Well, you don't work for United.
I don't, nor do I work for Southwest. Thank God. No airline affiliation.
Thank the Lord.
Or me.
Hailey's POV numero 32. What is it?
32. Man, oh man. I've been thinking long and hard about this one.
Have you?
It's going to be a little controversial.
Oh. I'm scared.
Will it? Maybe.
Okay.
I think orange juice is better than apple juice. And
In
hear
what
me out.
context?
Hear me out. What context? Every context.
No, because would you want orange juice? Like at dinner time, I want apple juice over orange juice, but breakfast definitely want OJ.
It's
over
probably
apple.
because I don't like apple juice. I don't like apple juice, applesauce.
Apples.
But I can have apples.
That's
I hate applesauce. I don't like apple juice, but I'll eat apples.
What about apple flavored fruit snacks?
No. I like sour apple. That's the only thing I'll do.
What about
but
apple
that's
crisps?
not like natural flavor.
What about apple crisps?
No.
What about caramel
I feel like
covered apples?
naturally. Oh, okay. Well, that's different. You're putting some sweet stuff on it.
But you like apples in general.
I
so.
like apples, but it's like in my mind, like natural apple.
Do you like oranges?
Apple flavoring? I do.
I don't.
Is like up there, or like not up there, down there with like the grape flavor. Grape flavor, bottom of the barrel. Scum.
That's valid. But apple is not like I'd rather have apple over grape or cherry.
Oh yeah, I'd sacrifice myself for that. But yeah, I would have apple over grape. I think 90% of people would have apple over grape. I don't know anybody that likes grape.
What
flavoring.
idiot likes grape flavored stuff? We
I
just
mean, like
lost
I like
5 subscribers.
I like grapes, but I don't like grape juice
Yeah.
or grape flavored things.
But you like wine.
Yeah.
Is wine here's a controversial opinion topic. Is wine grape flavored?
Well, it's kind of, but there's other flavorings that go in it.
No. It's just
I don't know why you're telling me
just
no.
old grapes.
There's different
Wine is old
wines
grapes.
that have different flavors.
No, it's one grape flavored wine that's
No.
in different
You
flavors
read
of
the-
barrels.
You read the thing.
It's different barrels, and they put
You're telling me the barrels
fragrances.
are like flavored
Yes.
with like rose and like cherry blossom.
Yes.
And like,
No, it's how they're cooked. I mean, it's how they're grown. Oh, I went to a winery. We're going way off topic and way over time, but we went to a winery the other day, and they said because of all the fires in 2020, most people threw out their vineyards and their wines, but those who kept it has a smoky flavoring because of all the fires. So that proves my point that wine is just grapes and whatever aroma is in the vineyard.
well,
Just kidding. I really know
don't have time
nothing
to
about
keep doing
wine.
this.
Yeah, you
You're making
do.
me upset.
We have. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night. This has been a good episode. Come back for our next one. Maybe it'll be better.
Maybe we'll have a special guest. Is it gonna happen?
We will not have a special guest.
Oh. Alueta. Adios.
Well, guys,
Cheers.
adios.